Today we're going to show you how you can get your LILYGO T-WATCH-2020 set up with a Wi-Fi config portal so that you can easily configure the Wi-Fi from another device, a phone or a desktop computer, if there's none available or none set up, and get the NTP time sync done as well so that your watch will have the right time on it and display the date and time so you can finally get started. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you enjoy this video for future updates and further videos coming soon. So first we're going to need to download and install the ESP Wi-Fi Manager library, which is a brilliant library which basically contains examples to set up your ESP with a web server and serve a small website allowing the configuration of all the Wi-Fi settings for various different purposes, with a lot of different examples available. And we're also going to use the TWatch library, which also contains some examples on how to build a watch in the LVGL section and in the basic section as well. So these are the base components that we've used to build what you'll see here today, and we'll have a link to the software and to these libraries in the description. There is also a 16-bit colour generator here, and we use this because the colours for the watch are often generated in the RGB 565 colour space. So you need to convert your standard 24-bit colours that you're used to using in HTML and on your desktop down to the 565 format as shown on that website. So that's very useful if you're trying to get your colouring customised to what you need. We've also used some code from an Instructable article which has a basic setup for menus and apps, and we've used their little watch example because it's got a nice little digital display as you saw at the start, and we've used the RGB colour format to change the colours that are displayed to be our own shade of purple, which is very similar to the one that you see here in IntelliSense. And we've also got the basic Wi-Fi manager example here, which we've obviously manipulated slightly at the end, but most of it is exactly as the example, and this will give us our Wi-Fi portal so that we can go and easily set up the Wi-Fi on our watch without having to try and type on the tiny little touchscreen, which is possible, but it can be quite fiddly, especially if your password is quite secure and you have to keep swapping between caps and numbers and symbols. So if we just build and upload this example after we've selected our board and our COM ports as normal, then we'll be able to use our watch with this new firmware. So we're still doing the upload through USB at this point, and obviously you can use the OTA uploads and debugging as shown for the standard ESP32, as it is just a standard ESP32 chip embedded inside of a smartwatch case. So very handy to use the over-the-air features once you've got started. So there we go, that's uploaded to the watch. So if we now go and connect to our new network that you'll see appear, and you can change the format of this name in the sketch, then you'll get redirected automatically to the web page, which will come from the router, as it were, which is our ESP. So if we now go to the configuration page, now I've already set mine up in the past, which is why it knows the network I'm going to want, but you can simply click on the scan list, and then that'll fill in the SSID for you, and then enter your password and press save. Now we're using DHCP, which is why all the other IPs showed up as 0, and again that can be configured with the defines in the sketch. And at this point you'll now want to go back to your network list, as we've joined it to a different network, and go and connect back to that. So this is my home Wi-Fi, and we've moved our board over to that. So at this point it will start back up, and it'll start the portal very briefly, but it'll then skip over that, connect to the network, configure the NTP time server, correct the time, and then display it as shown here. So it's only a very small start towards having a smartwatch firmware customised, but it's a good start.